It's IT 2514 Group 4, and I'd love to share with you our group's video project.
The tragedy of Aktaban Shybyryndy began in 1723 when the Hungarian Khanate launched a massive invasion. Their forces attacked suddenly in spring, when Kazakh tribes were moving to summer pastures and were unprepared for war. Entire villages were destroyed, and the Kazakh people faced hunger, disease, and displacement. According to chronicles, nearly one-third of the population perished during these years.
In the middle of this chaos described by Guzada, leaders tried to organize resistance. For example, one of the most prominent was Abul Khair Khan. He united all of the clans of junior Jews and gathered warriors to counterattack Hungarians. The Aktaban Shybyryndy is remembered not only for suffering, but also for inspiring songs, poems, and oral traditions. Works like the famous song Yelimay expressed the pain of loss and exile, but also it strengthened the national memory and identity.
The National Museum of Kazakhstan preserves authentic artifacts that brings this history to life. Here we can see sabers, spears, and bows used by Kazakh army in the 18th century. These weapons shows us how Kazakh army fought with mobility and skill against Hungarian army, which was larger and better armored.
Good morning, dear viewers. IT 2514 News with you. Today, we're traveling back to the 18th century to meet up with Abul Khair Khan, the Khan of Kazakh people in the ages of Aktaban Shybyryndy. Hello, Abul Khair Khan.
Wa alaikum assalam.
Abul Khair Khan, can you tell us about Aktaban Shybyryndy period?
Yeah, it was a great disaster in 1723. The Jungar army attacked. There was a lot of sufferers and died.
Okay, where did this tragedy take place as?
Was most in southern and eastern Kazakhstan, near the Jitsu region and Sardaria River.
Wow. And I think many of our viewers want to know, how did Kazakh people respond to this tragedy?
Yeah, at first it was really hard, and then we united a lot of clans together and we fought back.
Wow. You united and you fought back. Okay, so now I want to ask you, how, I mean, what was the favorite battle you remembered the most?
Yeah, it was a lot of fights, but most remembered was the battles of Bulanti in 1726, and it was a really great and important victory to our Kazakhstan, and then it was give hope that we can resist the Jungars.
Yeah. It was very interesting to hear you, Abul Khair Khan. Thank you very much.
Thank you, and I'm really glad that young generation want to know more about history. So always remember your history and look at the future with a strength.
That's it, guys.
Through PETT analysis, pace, extent, turning points, and trends, we see that the Aktaban Shybyryndy was not only a short-term disaster but also a long-term historical process. It reshaped Kazakh politics, territory, and even identity, leaving lessons that remain relevant today. To conclude everything we did so far, I should say that we got to give great credits to Janice for making the scenario for the reportage, me, Azamat, for distributing the work equally among the participants, Alisher for the most part of the research done, and Kuzada for making slides for our video presentation. Also, I forgot to mention that the video montage was all on Marjan.